We are all.
We are one.
We are
Watching.
You're watching.
Or Illuminati.
You're watching.
Welcome to the Hoard Illuminati podcast. It's Adam, Gregg, and Christel. We're all here for the whole show this week, and we're going to jump right into some digital card stuff. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good.
I'm not even tired from yesterday.
I know, right?
It's crazy. Yeah, we finally did it. We yelled at the sky at Lando Calrissian, "You did it!" We went and we finally got on Rise of the Resistance yesterday.
I know you lucky fucks.
It was total commitment required. Let me tell you, we had to leave.
It was the first time we tried too.
Yeah, it was our first try, but we left the house here at 4:30 a.m. to drive there and be there. The park didn't open till 8, but they kind of let people in so you can be on ground. So we had to be in and on and ready with our app to go at 8 o'clock as soon as the things went live. And we got our boarding party, and we were like boarding party number 20, which was crazy early. So we were like, yahoo! And we knew we were going to be able to get on. And then it went really fast. We were there, it's like 9:30 or something like that?
Yeah.
Like 9:30 or so.
I want to hear about that all. I'm assuming that's going to be your final thought is like the
Actually, Christel had a funny final thought about the Super Bowl.
Oh no, that's going to be in the Huddle part.
Oh, okay, you're going to do that in Huddle. Okay. Yeah, all right. So we'll tell more about the actual ride and everything. But great experience, and we killed it so hard that we left at like 12:30 in the morning to come home. We'd like completely just fucked.
12:30 noon.
Yeah, 12:30 in the morning. We just like bye later.
12:30 is not morning; it's
Isn't
afternoon.
12:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, we have differences of opinion about things like the. When the weekend ends and starts and stuff like that.
Well,
how full the moon is on the way there.
You're wrong.
On the way there, it was dead pitch black, and of course the full moon's actually tonight at like 2:30 a.m. But who cares?
2:33.
Yeah, okay. So you can look at it. We're driving along, and there's always this one place where I always say it's the St. Johns River, which it's not. So this time I got to go, guys, feast your eyes on that full moon over the St. Johns River. So I was just, everything, Christel turned into Luke Skywalker. Everything you said is wrong.
This is good insight into your marriage.
Oh yeah, no, we have a good time. It's me being an idiot and her calling me an idiot, and it works out great. It's about, everybody knows where they're at, and it's fun.
Oh man. Well, how can people find you guys in the app?
Padme 1138.
Plural.
Star Wars?
Good old Padme 1138 and Star Wars, and she's probably already shut down her Huddle account in rage, and they didn't start any XFL stuff, so there's no reason to hang around. And
I hope that shows up in the Slam app for some reason.
yeah, that seems where it belongs. And then I'm Ted Salas in Star Wars. I'm GS Man-Thing in tarot cards and variants of Ted Salas all over the place. And yeah, I don't know. I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
And yet nowhere. It feels like these days.
And I'm AC the Destroyer in the apps. And I guess monuments are coming soonish. So
Are
we're
they?
talking about Hoard.
But are they?
though?
Are they though?
Are they really?
They keep saying mid-February, and by gosh, it's mid-February.
Well, we're
Still no
Did they
word.
say 2020 though?
Good
Yeah.
point.
Ooh.
Oops.
So I know that you guys are ready with your monuments. You have been for ages. But Christel, how are you doing with Hux? Are you still picking up Series 6, or thought about what happens in the inevitable expansion of Series 7?
I'm still getting some Series 6 from some people that are still doing their hoards. So I'm still taking those. I've actually been getting a bunch of Series 5s lately. 5, 6, whatever. I'll take them. I don't know if I'll do Hux if they do when they expand it. I don't know. I kind of would like to do a Ben Solo, but they won't do Ben Solo because that'd be too cool.
That would be so cool. Just the shot of him smiling.
Yes.
That would be amazing. That would really be a great card.
They won't do that though.
Well, I haven't picked a Hoard yet. I'm ready on my other ones, but occasionally somebody will send me a Hoard. I had a guy that's like from way back. It's like, hey man, I've been out of it for a while, and I'm just kind of hitting back people on my friend list for Hoards, and he was looking for the new stuff, and I switched out for Canadies. What he was offering, I think he was offering Vaders, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need Vaders. And so I switched them out for Canadies. But that's not a commitment. It was just kind of like, I'd rather have these than those. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I'm still not convinced. I'm just
Hoard finds you, and you'll know when it happens.
I'm just completely unconvinced. I feel like I'm running at that football again, Lucy, and these fucking assholes are gonna not do monuments again.
Yeah.
They act
so
badly.
I mean, we said multiple times, it's never been about the monuments when we started collecting in Series 4 or even Series 5, We kind of just...
Then what's it about? Because literally all you have to do is post anything in the feed, and this gang of fucking coked up idiots come running at you with their dicks hanging out and trying to take all your best shit for nothing. It's ridiculous. It's an absolute madhouse in the feed right now. It's impossible to do anything without just it turns into an idiot show. I was telling somebody this morning, we were talking in our group this morning, and I said I've used the block button more than I've used lock on in the last 24 hours, because every time I post for something, here comes all this other random stuff that's just crazy. It's just It's nuts. It's no fun to put yourself out there for anything because it just turns into a circus.
Yeah, I have a gilded that I've been kind of holding for a friend, and like I get a what for this, trade about once every day or so because it's kind of sticks out like a sore thumb in my collection, and it's like, let me send you an orange base for a silver gilded saying what for this, and it's like, come on, man. And these are people. These aren't just like all new people too. These are people with a couple thousand ratings that are the what for this people, and you're like, ugh, really? We're going to go down this road again? Send a real offer if you're serious about it, and then work from there. Don't try and get a lucky accept out of someone with the what for this bullshit.
Well, it's like every bad, dumb, old trick that has been annoying for 4 years. These guys all act like they just invented it. They just came up with that. I mean, and it's just about time for us to start seeing some of the dumb old scams, like send me a trade for my best card, and I'll counter. You remember that old time?
But you must accept.
Yeah, you must accept within 10 seconds or something like that. And man, I'll tell you what, it's about time for that old chestnut to pop up, and some of the other ones too.
And it's kind of just, everyone just parrots each other in the feed now, too, all these new people. Like, you see one person go, accept or revising all trades, and then you see, like, 8 other people going, accept or revising all trades.
Well, and it's
like,
also,
come on.
it's again the dawning of the age of Aquarius, where they all realize they all want reflections.
Yeah.
and I'm sure it's like one person going, looking for reflections, and everyone's like, oh, well, I'm looking for reflections, too. I need some reflections in my life. Mm-hmm. It's wow. They're special. So
I've actually had 3 people come after the one reflection I have.
Is it Django?
What was it?
Is it
no,
Django?
No, it's the Greedo. So, but oh well.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm still doing my hoarding Dooku, and I've been sticking my strategy. I haven't been posting that much, but I've been sending lots of trades to all the newbies that kind of go dupes for needs, and I'm like, hey, kind of in a like mild Babu Frick. I'm like, hey,
we heard somebody Babu Frick yesterday when we got out of the car. Like as soon as we got out of the car in the parking lot, this girl getting out of a car a few cars down goes, hey, and I was like, did I just hear a Babu Frick? And I went, hey, and they laughed their heads off. It was great.
We were at the Lightning game last night, me and my wife, and they called a penalty, and Jennifer's sitting next to me, and she's like, hey! Like, for the power play.
That would be the best thing if that just became a thing this year.
We were doing it a lot yesterday.
Yeah, we did it a lot. We're putting
it out there.
Spreading the joy for sure.
Yeah. So with the Dooku's, I'm up to 6,500 on the whites. So I went up about 950 in the last week. Not too bad considering I haven't been posting to these assholes. I just keep sending the trades mostly.
That's pretty much what you have to do on everything now.
Yeah. And at blues, I'm at 2,800, up about 400 from last week. Red, I'm over 2,000 now, about 300 up from last week. I'm almost to 700 green, just shows you the kind of disparity we've got in these Series 7s. And that's up over 100 from last week. And I'm up over 400 oranges, which is over 70 from last week. And then there's new variants that we had a chance to collect this week. Space and hyperspace, we'll get to those in the Star Wars segment. And I got 8 space and 1 hyperspace. So, doing all right. Just kind of doing my own thing, making my own fun. And that's all you can do in this build right now.
Yeah.
Is figure out something that you enjoy and then stick to that for a
Well,
bit.
it's crazy, too. I mean, it's like, even in hot drops, like you talk about the hyperspace and various things that come out throughout the week, that you're trying to slap together. You're like, hey, dupes for needs, never get a trade. And then you just literally have to go out and send trades. And it's like, what if nobody ever sent a trade? It was just, if I never got sick of it and said, I want to be done with this set, I'm going to start sending trades. What would happen? And it's not like they're waiting spiders for, waiting for a trap. You send a dupe for a need and it's done and they accept. But it's like, God dang, how lazy are y'all?
Yeah. The only thing that could be lazier, I think, is the people that just post trades in the feed all day long. Trades, trading.
Well, it coupled with the laughable collection score. When you see somebody that's got 4K trading, it's like, oh man, wow, Walmart's open. There's nothing there. There's nothing in that file there. Or the guys that are even under a K. 500 and they're trading. It's like, oh man, let me get in line to get some of that sweetness.
I'm going to be honest, that's been the bulk of my trades this week for hoarding. I see someone that has under 1,000 collection score and they've got 20 white Count Dooku's. I know they don't have any Series 6, any Series 5 in back. And I'm like, okay, I'll send you a couple trades for some white Count Dooku's and, I move on my way.
My kid's phone was just making a big noise in the next room. I'm not sure what that was.
Maybe she's trading on tops and threw it against the wall.
I'm sure she's not. She's smarter than both of us combined.
Add me to that list. So let's move into tarot cards. They're still chugging along, doing good.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. He straightened out the issue with the Firebase that were untradeable, and that was kind of the last lingering thing. And it was the same mistake he made with the blacks last year. That for a long while they were untradeable, and he just didn't even realize it was like a slight coding thing that he had done with that bunch. And so he got in and fixed it up. So within a day, I traded away all my dupes for a bunch of needs. I'm about halfway through the black set already, so I'm pretty good with that. And, just kind of moving along with that. So I feel like that'll be done pretty quick. But then I have to rebuild my Radiant set because I'm just butchering it. I tend to go for top down. And then my Misty showed up this week in a meld for black, but I don't have anywhere near what I'd need to try to meld one of those because the requirements it was like 67, I think was the lowest count. It wasn't it was like a 95% chance too. It was a good chance, not a horrible amount, but there was no way I could slap it together because there's just not enough of a population of cards around right now on base. So later in the year, hopefully she'll come up at something favorable, and I'll be able to rainbow my Misty and Blue Jeans. I told you there's 2 different Misties, and one of them's just got a pair of Blue Jeans and nothing else. So she's great. So that's the one I'm hoarding there. So haven't gotten anywhere. Am I getting a hairy eyeball from the side? No.
No.
Look at me at all. Good. Okay.
I'm not even paying attention.
Good. It's good that you don't most of the time. And then so this week they introduced SIGs from the Herd, which again I've told you I'm kind of scared of that movie and don't really want anything to do with. But of course I pulled one when I was pulling for something else. But they have 2 different versions of that one. They have like a regular SIG and then they have like product SIG, which like looks like it's on a jar or something. So even more ew. Everything, every little bit of info that comes in around that movie from the side makes me more ew to the whole deal. So that happened. And then Women in Horror Month, I don't think we had talked about that last week, but that started up, and there's it's going to be a 9-card set, I think, with 10th being the
I
award.
believe so.
And
Yeah.
then there's 2 different variants. There's a base, and then there is a glass, which is in Pandora only. And those are coming in pretty rare, about 30 count. We're up to our 3rd one so far. Those come in every 3 days, I think, is how it's going. So that's going to run pretty much somehow through the entire month, whatever, for the whole month. So that's going, and we're just really kind of getting started on the 3rd one on that one. And then the Scary 6 posters, we're up to number 3 on those as well.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I had one of those Women in Horror Month glass cards. Huh.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking cards. And it's all kind of the Women in Horror Month. You have actors, you've got crew, you've got directors. Basically, any woman that's doing anything in the independent horror cinema realm is liable to show up in that set. So that's a cool set. And then the posters are still going and doing really well on those. And then we're down to we're just waiting for awards now on Velocipaster, right?
No, there's one more week.
Oh, good.
One more
Okay,
week.
good.
Wait, last week we said there's one more week, but there's still one more week. It's
Okay,
a 25 card set. I think we said it was 20 last week.
Yeah.
But it's 25 cards, so there is 4 more scene cards and then 2 more behind the scene cards.
Okay, good. Because I love that set, and I'm looking forward. The story sets are so big, like you say, they go on week after week after week, and the awards on those come in, surprisingly low considering the card counts of the, the different sets with the behind the scenes or the scenes. So they come in surprisingly low, and they're a lot of fun to put together. And I hope afterwards we'll see, SIGs or something like that. I'm not tired of Velocipaster. I want more. I want more of that.
Yeah, it was just this week when I realized that there's actually 2 base cards from Velocipaster in the 2020 base sets.
Huh.
So
those
I might start collecting those.
Yeah, because the priest is one of them, and who's the other one?
The ninja, one of the ninjas.
Oh, the stupid ninjas. They have a really quite a plan, those ninjas. And see the movie to find out how dumb a master plan can be, because wow, it's a lot.
So good still.
So I watched it again with my kid the other day. Me and Zoe watched it, and she was like, "Is this really a movie?" And I'm like, "It really is a movie. Somebody made this. This is an actual
really
movie." And she thought it was really funny. And I pointed out a couple of the technical things that they had done that still wow me. I mean, there's shots in that movie that are just really well done. Most of it's pretty vanilla, but there's a couple of places of really flashy style showing through there. It's a really well done thing. So yeah, I enjoyed it again. I said I wanted to watch it again, so I did.
There you go. So tell us what's going on in Neonmob.
Not a whole lot. I think I've already covered like a new Mythica set and stuff like that. A new set that dropped this week was from the same artist that did one of my faves in the recent past, which was that Supergirl set. An artist called Mondo Brutal. And this is, it's like heavy metal. I got to get the exact title right here because it's kind of weird. It's basically like all these super like heavy metal type people doing really mundane things. In a very heavy metal kind of way. It's called Metal Life, sorry. So you've got like a dude that looks like he's jamming out, holding a guitar, except, look, Crystal, except he's cradling a cat. So he's like, like total metal, you'd think he's just like ripping it up on a guitar, but he's holding a nice cat. And just, that kind of stuff is going on. It's a very strange set, but nice looking set. It is a LE set, has a ton of freaking variants to run down, like 22. So hopefully it's going to hang around long enough for me and I'll be lucky enough to get the thing put together and all the variants and stuff. It's a lot. It's a big set, but it's a nice looking set. And fast becoming one of my favorite artists on the app.
Nice.
Yeah, because it's creative looking stuff. I think what he does is he takes, pictures and then he draws the what's in the picture, and then he alters it. I think that's what he did with Supergirls. He had basically like some cheesecake shots, and then he turned them into superheroes. So here's what he's doing: is he's got these heavy metal people doing something, and then he turns it into something mundane. You know, holding a bunch of stuffed animals, or playing a video game, or mopping the floor and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's fun. It looks good. Fun to collect. I like it.
Nice. We don't talk Quidd much, and I premise that each time we talk about
No,
Quidd.
as we talk about it again and again.
Yeah. But one of the things that actually happened pretty much right after we went off air last time is I got a couple of DMs and tagged in some stuff, and it was the artist formerly known as Head Mod Spider is now Quidd Spider. So I guess she's done enough of a job to become a paid employee.
Yeah, after a certain number of atrocities, they give you a check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does.
She must have filled in that bingo card or something. They're like, "Hey, you're an employee."
Bodes really well for the future of Quidd that she's now one of the on some kind of steering position there. She'll probably be the CEO in no time.
Yeah.
Good luck with
Whatever.
that. Yeah, congratulations on the job, Spider.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's really excited.
Oh yeah, they're super stoked for her. Well, I'm sure there's more than enough people kissing her ass about it, so she's probably super happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. You might get a low count, single print passed to your account somehow through their non-trading trading portal, like when they did all the initial sales, and somehow these things ended up in all these people's accounts.
Yeah,
and
never know.
Then they sold
I'll be
them really
checking.
cheap.
I'm sure I'll be checking my account regularly for that payoff there.
Yeah,
Notch.
yeah.
I haven't opened Quidd in weeks.
I
literally haven't either. I haven't opened it in weeks.
Once for the first time in about 3 weeks to verify that this information that was being sent to me, I'm like, I gotta see this.
I look in every once in a while to see if I've been banned yet.
Well, I've seen and heard that they've been banning people over the last few months or sometime because they were posting things about them in like other social media, so they just banned their account. I'm like,
yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Well, I say mean shit about them every chance I get on a podcast, so I think my days are probably numbered. Whatever.
Yeah,
I got all the same man things on Marvel Collect now, so okay.
Yeah. It's the one thing that I enjoyed collecting on there, which was Archer, became no new sets on there. Like a year ago now? So it's like I don't even care.
Yeah,
I don't honestly. I don't know why I haven't deleted that app from my phone.
Yeah, it's the same as me. Like that NFL Blitz from Panini that I had on there forever, and got and tried to cross trade with, and never could do anything with that stupid thing. And to the point where I was just kind of like, you know what? Fuck this thing. I just deleted it. I don't think it was like taking up valuable space or anything like that. I just got tired of looking at it. It was so pointless. And I'm sure I'll get there at some point with Quidd. But like you say, every once in a while something comes on, you're like, oh, I got to see this. I got to go in and see if that's really the case.
Yeah, the only digital card app I've ever deleted fully without ever looking back was UFC.
I still have UFC. I'm coming up on 10. I hoard coins there. I go in every once in a while. I post hoarding coins. Every single feed. They haven't put out an insert since last May, and their fan feed is nothing but people trying to cross trade that for something else. There's literally, you never see anybody going, oh, I'm looking for, Diego Watakumi's card or whatever. I just totally made up that name like that mustard I invented the other day.
It sounded legit. It sounded legit.
I know, yeah. A Mexican name with a Japanese last name.
Yeah. He's a featherweight.
He's got a story to tell, and he's had a lot of fights in his life as a result of his background. So, yeah,
really punches above his weight. Really, wow.
Oh yeah, don't get down on the ground with the guy. You're done.
No,
your rabbit kick you to death like a Siamese cat.
What are we talking about again?
What?
I don't even know. So hey, how about that Marvel Collect? Speaking of that app, that's available now in the App Store. They fucked up on the new Primal. They dropped another set of Primal. It's all X-Men, and they look pretty nice.
They did,
and they messed up there. And there was a crystal pack or something. No, there was a crystal pack for 200.
Yeah, 200 diamonds.
Right.
They're diamonds there. We can't get the number.
Okay, sorry.
So they're 200 diamonds there, but when they drop them, they drop the diamond packs for coins. So 200 coins got you what was in the diamond
guaranteed.
pack.
Yeah. That should be like that anyways. They're common. Those things are going to be on the wheel in another month.
Sure.
You know?
But for, a couple hundred coins, you would have had multiple sets or something.
Yeah. The only reason I was happy to see it was a chance for me to spam, take any common and leave me a common man thing, because there's 2 different common man things. And I racked up 30, 50 of the 2 different man things. And of course all the other idiocy that comes in there. There should also have a mission for using the block button in Marvel, because, I'd say it's a real easy transaction. Take any common, leave this common. It's that black and white. They come.
Oh no, it's not.
Every other insanity.
It's not that easy.
Again,
it's not that easy. You have to say, I want this super rare. Here's your common man thing. What for this?
Yeah. Or they try to take like a super rare and then give me 7 of those man things. Like that was going to do it too. And it's just it's not, bro. What are you doing? I'm just decline. I block them, then I decline them, and never again with you guys.
And they still haven't added a sort by card count through all these updates.
No, they have not. They have not.
But Disney has it. Star Wars has it. But they're like, fuck it.
Yeah, it's not important.
They released Old School last night. It's a daily set. It looks pretty cool. The first one's Black Widow. I like it. I'll probably end up doing that if I remember to open the app.
Well, don't say old in the presence of Black Widow, or she'll kick you to death like a Siamese cat. I saw it. It didn't. There's not much that really appeals to me over there these days, I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm not really doing anything else on there, so.
And I say that after having given them $25 last week for that stupid icon set.
You have done that yourself.
I know. It's like, look out, or I'll spend another $25, you assholes.
I'll show you.
I'll show you, yeah.
Did you do any of these limiteds?
No.
The After Dark or the Impressions?
I did that. I did
cool,
some.
But,
I pulled some of the After Dark. The Impressions, I expected something. I don't know what I was thinking that was going to be. It sounded like it was going to be something really cool, because the Impressions in Star Wars have always been really awesome cards. They had a 2015 or 2016 set of Impressions, and they just recently did another one, and those have always been fantastic looking cards. And, really tough to, and of course last time they had super rare variants and all kinds of bullshit, but people will not trade those even the new Impressions at all.
Right.
And I was expecting something haughtier, I guess, a little more, arty, and I wasn't impressed with Impressions at all. What? What did I just, I wasn't impressed with Impressions at all. How about that?
We are Legion.
We are all.
Yeah. Silence is deafening, isn't it? I'm sure everybody thought that.
Wow.
The podcast just ended right there. That's just stop it. I'm gonna put in the fucking intro right there in that big blank. And anybody that sticks through the intro playing again, you're still here with us. Thanks.
We're in rare form today.
Yeah,
so,
we are, yeah.
And the last one I kind of note is, what is it, Scotty Young? Is that how you say that? S-K-O-T-T-I?
I don't know how else you could say that, Adam.
I
S-K-O-T-T-I-E is got to be Scotty. It wouldn't be Scotty.
Yeah.
It's Scotier. If there was an R at the end, it could be Scotier, but it's Scotty.
Yeah. Oui. So these are kind of cool, art, hand-drawn, cool, funny. I don't know.
I'm mad at Original Arts anyways. I told you that. And then they just put out a Doctor Strange Ross, like just a few minutes ago.
Oh, so you're going to give him some more money, huh?
No, I'm not. I stopped on those. I didn't get the last one either. I didn't get the last one either. It's like,
Oh, get 2 and trade back.
there you go. That's the ticket. I'll just wait. Somebody will quit. Get it for nothing.
Oh my goodness! Today, moving over to Disney, the black hole, the comic version of it, not the movie version.
Not the whole. It was based on the movie that was based on the comic, and not a whole.
Right.
Not just a hole. It's a movie called The Black Hole, and it's a sci-fi movie because everybody was making sci-fi movies after Star Wars came out, and so they put out one, and it's pretty goddamn terrible. I've watched it a few times. There's some great art direction in it. There's some stunning scenes and special effects that they have in it, but goddamn, is it a slog? It's a really bad movie. But I love it, and they had comics for that as well. And so it's very similar to that 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea set that they put out recently.
Yeah.
Which was a cool set. I really liked that one as well. So yeah, feed the boomers.
Yep. And I liked that movie as a kid. I'm kind of scared to watch it again as an adult.
It doesn't hold up. The country robot, the Slim Pickens robot. Wow, is he annoying? And he has like a big death, almost like a death scene and everything. And you're supposed to get worked up about this stupid robot. And it's like, go ahead and die. I know you're just going to vote for Trump anyways. Fuck that robot.
We just lost Alabama.
Wow, yeah, Alabama's gone. Alabama's gone. Well, Slim Pickens died a long time ago, so who knows really what he would have done. But I'm pretty sure by just on what I know of that robot character, I know where he's coming from.
Oh, there's a Valentine's set going on right now. There's a freebie. Pick that up. I don't really care.
Hey, it counts for opening a pack towards your open a pack.
It does.
Gimme, so hey, open a pack and get some free coins.
Turning our attention to Kick.
Kick, is that still around?
Kick?
I know, right?
Deleted that.
For the last better part of a year, they lost the MLS license. There hasn't been any new MLS content, which is Major League Soccer, and that's the American Series. They hasn't been any content for
I'm
that.
always helping the other people.
I'm helping everyone else.
Giving the information to the people. What is soccer? I've never heard of this. What?
Yeah, football for everyone else. And they lost the license because of some disputes with the Players Association. Well, apparently those have been worked out because Kick put out a tweet touting the new MLS jersey reveals.
Yeah, I saw that.
And, put yourself in a Kick 20 card, which there aren't any MLS Kick 20 cards, so I think we can assume that MLS is coming back to Kick.
Or they just don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. There's always that possibility too. But yeah, hopefully it is. Our friend Tim's really into MLS and longtime fan, and he's way deep into the fan organizations for his local team and stuff like that. So there's some appeal there, and we've all been now that it's over, we can all reveal that we've been fucking the system on Kick for months. Did you know this? You know this, Adam. We've been very close-lipped about
as much because Kick sucks. But
it does suck, but once or twice a day I went in and railed the golden goal game because one of the vestiges of MLS in the app was that they still had a golden goal game in the play area for MLS. But because they had no cards, they weren't able to put any cards in the thing. I think they just forgot it was there. And then when the cards came out of it, it completely fucked up the mechanic of that little game. And so you would almost never see a yellow card. You would always see a golden goal card on every single board
almost
that you
every single round.
Every single. It wasn't almost every. I played thousands of games over the last couple of months. every single one had a golden goal on there. And it was just a matter of finding it, and you have 3 out of 5 chances to get the thing.
Yeah.
And we learned over, the course of months and months doing this repetitive thing that there was kind of a pattern to where the thing would fall in relation to other cards. So after a while, you kind of got this sense, you just pick one at random or the same one all the time. And once you saw that card, you'd be like, okay, so I think the golden goal is probably be here. And man, I'll tell you what, I was to the point where like 8 out of 10 times it was right on the money every time. So we were railing the thing for like 40, 50K every time we played it over,
which is like 4 or 5 days of coins.
Right, and you got 3 games of that, so you were walking away with 100K almost every time you played it. You had to just be stupid to not walk away with close to 100K every single time you played those 3 games, and you could do that several times a day. So we've been stocking that fucking coin money away, and I've been pulling SIGs and all kinds of shit and cross-trading it for just dumbass stuff on Huddle, because it was so cheap and easy to get more of it. Well, they took the MLS thing off the other day, so that was the end of that gravy train. And then they still had the existing one, which I think it's either Bundesliga or I think it's Bundesliga.
Yeah.
And then that one was working exactly like the MLS one was for about a day. So we were like, oh, okay, we'll just do this one instead. And then they fixed that. And now you might get 200 coins if you play the thing. It sucks.
Yeah.
So happy days are over on that
times
one.
I do it, I'm like, 35,000. Nice. And then I'm like, what am I going to do with this 35,000? I'm barely cross-trading anything.
Right.
And I'm just like, I'll remember it tomorrow, and then I wouldn't.
It's funny because it doesn't seem like the kick players were even aware of this. I think they weren't even looking at MLS because that's not their jam. And so they just had no idea. And how are these cross-traders walking around with so many coins? Well, that's how. And so, I'm sitting on a couple mil.
Yeah, I know our friend Tim, I think he's over like 25 million or something.
Something like that. Yeah, well, he never turned away from...
hammering.
Yeah, he's hammered it many times a day. So he's loaded for bear. If they do come back, he's going to be like king of the freaking world over there.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if all that stuff was able to be traded again, too. All the MLS stuff went untradeable when that happened. Just like the Premier League stuff. It'd be nice if they'd get Premier League, because I have a ton of Premier League, and that was kind of always those were my shoplifters, as I said.
Yeah.
So I'd like to be able to trade some of that old stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the Champions League helps, because there's some Premier League stuff in there, but yeah, it's not what it used to be in Kick.
No, it doesn't, and it doesn't have that devotion that the Premier League had.
Yeah, so let's go from football to football.
To football, and real football, man, football in America.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay. I won. I managed to hold on, and I might have even gained a little bit, but it was a moot point. And yay, I won the Super Bowl. Hey!
Although, don't you remember what I told you during the game?
What's that?
Because he was so fucking annoying. It was like after every play, he was like, "So where are you at in the contest? Where are you at in the contest?
Yeah.
How you doing? Where are you at in the contest?" And he was like ahead early and stuff and stayed that way. And, but he kept doing it, and then finally I'm like, dude, I've already won because I am in your head.
Well, you're always in my thoughts, dear.
Oh, okay, try that. All right.
My bride.
Don't do that. It just makes it creepy.
Every time.
He pulls that every time.
Button.
My bride. So yeah, but I won the thing, and congratulations to the Chiefs. It was a great Super Bowl.
It was.
And wow, what a Super Bowl show! Holy shit! I called it a salute to the ass.
No, that's not what you called it. I wrote it down.
Oh, what did I call it?
That's going to be our ending for Huddle season segment. Is my live notes from Gregg watching the halftime show.
Okay. I've been dying to hear this.
Yeah. Yes. You actually called it the triumph of the butt. That is what you called the halftime show.
Okay, it was fantastic.
Okay.
So much great ass.
Let's see. Okay, there was the 50 women and 25 pant legs.
Because those dancers, they had like shorts on one side. They like, what if we took shorts and we sewed them to pants? Just cut them right down the middle, and then get half shorts and half pants, really short shorts. Just really cut high up the midriff and then up the side of the thigh, and then the other side pant legs. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What is that for a look? Oh, they're too hot. They were too hot if they had pants on, so it cools things down if they're half their bodies exposed. My kid's in the room now laughing.
Why aren't you doing your homework?
No, I'm just laughing. I want to hear more of this continue.
I don't know if I can.
Go ahead, go on. She was right there. She lived it.
Okay, 50 women, 25 pant legs. Let's see. Well, that's good. That was when Shakira was doing the thing with the rope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is already better than Janet Jackson's nipple. Then there was Human Condom Man.
Oh, yeah, those guys were...
You said you should just wrap your dick in tinfoil. That guy's outfit.
I kind of heckled the thing, but I enjoyed it, too.
Well, what? Huh? I don't feel like we need J-Lo at this point.
No, we didn't.
That's quite an
Shakira
outfit.
killed it.
She's straight up pole dancing. It's
Yeah.
those guys from Star Trek. She's dancing on an Echo Dot now. And then there was the part where the guy some dude showed up, and there were dudes in
they're all
red
rapping.
hoodies. You're like, you're not welcome here. You're ruining it. And then they were gone, and you're like, there you go.
Yeah,
tap dancing jelly women. Their butts killed everyone.
Oh, yeah, because everybody fell down.
Everybody fell down.
It was like after a battle. the butts had gone off and killed everyone. The butt shrapnel had destroyed the entire crowd.
Yeah, and then you were like, that's a lot, and I'm spent. And then you continued. That was amazing. And then you're like, that was a really good show.
I liked it. I did. Was it the triumph of the butt?
The triumph of the butt.
Triumph of the butt. So good. It was so good. And the conservatives are so pissed off about it. I'm just like, are y'all serious? Are you fucking kidding me at this point? Come on. Yeah. Oh, clutch my pearls. That's not right. Are you kidding me? That was so right.
So I gotta ask, you went with butt explosion and butt shrapnel and not asplosion?
Asplosion! Damn it, I missed it. Yes.
Oh.
Well, apparently there's some pretty, serious effects of those butts because there was dead bodies all over the field when they were done. It was amazing. It was a great show.
You see, he still keeps going on
I
about
loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I'm so tired of, and I didn't know half the songs that they were doing. I didn't care. I didn't care. They could have been singing fucking Frere Jacques and Happy Birthday to You, and I'd have been rapturously watching every minute of the show. It was fantastic.
What if they were singing Thunder?
No, then that would suck. I hate that song.
Maybe they'll do next year's halftime show.
I think they did it one time before.
Maybe they did. I don't know.
I think they did. But yeah, so it was great. It was a great season, great halftime show, and it kind of capped the whole damn deal for me right there. And Patrick Holmes was like, I'm going to Disney World, and I was like, we should go to Disney World too. Be like Patrick Holmes, and we did.
And we did.
Yeah. That was good. Great season. Congratulations on a hard-fought battle. You damn near got me.
I was in your head, so I told you I won.
We'll see what happens next year.
Because literally, the whole game is like, where are you at in the contest? Where are you at in the contest? And he'd be like, all right, limited moves, blah, blah, blah. All right, unlimited moves, where are you at? Oh, fantasy, where are you at? Then like 2 plays later, how you doing in the contest? Where are you at?
It was funny, remember you were mocking that Dre Greenlaw card?
He got like the first
He had the
play.
first fucking play of the game. Dre Greenlaw on the stop, and he did get 1,000 points for it. And it was hilarious. I was like, Crystal, there's your boy. there's your boy. He got a few plays in like that, so that was fun. And Huddle did a great job, I think, this season in milking the fuck out of us for money. And we were very entertained throughout, though. I mean, we always felt like we got value for what we were paying and had a fun time with it. A hell of a lot more entertaining than anything that's been going on in Star Wars. And, you know, when the thing was over with, boom, the cards came out just like that for the prizes. And within a day or two, boom, here's your free diamonds, winners, enjoy.
Well, and then didn't they drop that Minshew science motion
Yes.
on Sunday? So that's what happened.
Yeah.
I was distracted. I was trying to
Disgusted.
get that card, which
Yeah.
I finally got it.
On
but-
Super Bowl Sunday, they dropped a scientific motion.
Minshew.
Of all the goddamn things, they're like, this is the last chance we can pump money out of Crystal. Let's get it. And those things are like, it's 1,250 diamonds.
We don't need to go into how much they are.
I'm gonna. 1,250 diamonds a pack. 1 in 18 odds.
I got it in less than that.
Well, good. You beat the odds. High five.
High five.
Hey! I'm sure it was
Hey!
costly. What'd the count end up being on it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know.
I hope it was low. But yeah, so it was a great season in Huddle, and I thought they did a great job, and they were, you know, when it was all done, there wasn't anybody belly aching about where's my prizes, boom, here's your stuff. And it was nice.
It's almost like they act
it was like Tops, actually, somewhere in Tops there's guys that actually know what the fuck they're doing.
Somebody knows how to act well.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they know
what's crazy is during the middle of that, you know, you had all the stuff. The Super Bowl ends. The Chiefs card comes out free for everyone within a couple hours, maybe even sooner.
Less.
And meanwhile, Tops is in the middle of not doing anything in Star Wars for 2 days.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's very strange how they're, you know, those two branches
are
are
50 count.
50. That's pretty low.
Why do they got to put him in the lava?
Because he likes it. It can't hurt him.
That's true.
He's invulnerable to that.
That's true. Okay.
He's too cool. He's so cool the lava doesn't even hurt him. That's why.
Oh, all right. That checks out.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
I'll allow it.
But good job, Huddle. Well done. You guys, you know, take the rest of the fucking year off. We'll see you in September.
And meanwhile, they check in on Monday and they're like, let's look at the revenue chart across the country. And it's like, what happened to Jacksonville?
We're getting nothing. We're getting nothing. Yeah. So it's over, but it was fun. We had a great time. Well done. Well done, Huddle. You guys did great.
Yeah. So let's go to Star Wars, where they didn't have a halftime show. So
No.
They didn't really have a show.
Yeah, that's true. There's no game.
That
they got no game.
Super Bowl. They went pretty much dark on us.
Yeah.
They started out with the humor mess up where they didn't have the Chewbacca Wookiee cookie and milk in there, and they ended up pulling that and taking it out of the award requirement and all sorts of mess with that, and refunds galore all over the place. And
yeah, and then Saturday was supposed to be the last day. And of course, after we record later in the day, we're like, oh, there's one left. We're finally done with that. No, we're not, because the fucking thing didn't drop. They have a transmission.
The Marvel comic.
For the Marvel comic Chewbacca. That was fucked up, and then it just sat there with no pack, nothing happening for the full 24 hours it was supposed to be available, and then sold out at zero.
Morons.
And then the award sold out at
zero. And then the award was supposed to come later, so that of course sold out at 0 too, and just nothing. Everyone's like, hello, you know, within the 24 hours, everyone was like, surely somebody's going to wake up to this at some point. We've been tweeting at him. We've been yelling at him. What's going on?
In-app, Reddit, Twitter. I'm sure that all the Discord fucks were all in there going, "Hey, there's no card." I don't know.
I don't understand that. So, you know, then Monday, late in the morning, they came back and said, "Oh yeah, well, it's going to go back up at 5. It'll be available for 24 hours, and we'll push the awards back." You know, it's just kind of like, you know, like it was no big thing.
We're going to put it there. No big deal. No sorry.
No,
like,
not
hey,
even sorry. Just we're aware of an issue.
We're
aware of an issue. Yeah, we became aware of an issue when we finally came out of our drunken Super Bowl stupor and
apparently
came back to work.
Partied all weekend or something.
Fuck, man.
Jeez.
They are special, I'll tell you.
Bunch of Chief fans.
And then in the course of all that going on, At some point last weekend, I think I'd said something on Reddit like, people are like, oh, I got a problem with this, got a problem. I was like, the worst thing is these guys aren't saying anything. They're literally in duck and cover mode. They're not talking to anybody about any of this stuff. They're just like, hiding and pretending nothing's going wrong. And it was exemplified by this Monday half-hearted, aware of an issue, and this is what's going to happen. At which point they kind of realized, yeah, we have been kind of hiding, and kind of all of a sudden came out of the woodwork because it was about the Gilded deal, the Gilded return thing, that whole thread, which went huge. I mean, that's one of the biggest threads I've seen in Reddit in quite some time. It was clearly something that a lot of people actually gave a shit about, especially because we gave a shit about it before. It wasn't like this was the first time anybody said, hey, don't mess up Gilded. We told them not to mess up Gilded weeks and months before when they asked about
It's
this.
almost like they didn't pay attention to anybody.
It's ridiculous.
That's so odd.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Why would you solicit feedback and then just not listen and just do the stupid opposite?
That's what they did.
What a crazy random happenstance.
So, that now it seems like they're trying to get out a little more out front. And they had a weekly, kind of developer update during the week.
They did it once. We'll see if they can actually make it weekly.
That was the first thing I said. Let's go ahead and take a bet on how long it stays weekly.
Yeah,
I'm betting it doesn't.
To be honest, that developer update only came out after 2 Reddit threads blew up in their faces.
Right. Well,
it wasn't just the Gilded. It was like, hey guys, what would you like to see about this, and this? It was like, what would you like about sets and odds, and what were your favorite sets? And we're like, fix the fucking app.
That first of all, and then I think it feels like we've answered all these things before, and nobody listened. I mean, like, who's asking now?
And other Reddit threads, and solicitation in the feeds, and
right, who's asking now? Because who was that asked before all these same questions that nobody listened? It's crazy. And I mean, we always want to, it would be nice if they were actually making an effort to try to listen and try to understand what the community was. You're never going to, we know as long-term players, you're never going to be able to do everything that all the players want. Somebody's always going to be unhappy about some aspect. But job number one, get the app working correctly. There's still issues, lingering issues that have not been resolved. Get that done first. That's the priority for almost every single person you ask. And then there's a hierarchy of needs in this deal, and they're gonna look at who's making them money, and that's who they're gonna listen to most. And I'm kind of disturbed to hear that now they're back in the whale group asking, well, what do you guys want? It's like you've gone to Discord, the guys that don't know anything about an economy or any of that, they just want stuff free and easy, especially the good, awesome stuff that they can trade and get a lot for, which is self-defeating prophecy right there. So you went to
a lot of the what for this.
Yeah, you went to the bottom, and now you're just going to go to the top, and the whales aren't going to bail you out either. The whales have expectations that have to be met in all of these things, and yes, they are the guys that will spend, but the economy runs from the bottom to the top. There's a whole ecology of an app population that has to be supported in some way, and the most successful economies we've seen in the game are people that understood how to take that person that just started out and figure out how them to spend just $1. And once you can break through that barrier, then maybe I can get you to spend $5. Maybe I can get you to spend $5 a week.
And to be honest, I think a great example of this is your last developer profile with Joe from Neonmob. That guy seems to have a good head on his shoulders and understand where that's going.
Right. Yeah, I have felt it and I've seen the effectiveness of it. Another one that does it really well is our friend Previn over in Tarot Cards, where just spending $1 is going to give you advantages over other traders in the thing, even though all the other traders are super awesome and people just kind of give stuff away to each other and stuff like that. There's still a place for somebody to get a little leg up with a spend, and it's not much. I mean, I spend $1 or $2 a week in tarot cards total, but he's got a bunch of guys in there that are spending that $1 or $2 a week versus, some of these other ones that just go so high that you're just like, are you crazy? Who can afford to do that day after day, week after week, month after month?
Yep.
Most people aren't that serious. And at the same time, they're completely just, demolishing the infrastructure of the, the population where nobody wants to trade anything good. There's nobody left that wants to trade anything good.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that have just flatly said, I'll come back when you fix the app. And there's a lot of people just on the sidelines waiting for this stuff to be fixed, and it's not getting done. Instead, we're worried about social features and these new tricks that we're going to do in here, and it's like, just get it stable, get the sync issue resolved, make it fun to use. I posted, I'm like, I just don't have as much fun just looking at browsing my collection.
Right.
No, it's unpleasant.
It's not fun anymore to look at your stuff. They say they're making changes.
That's a huge problem.
Yeah, well, they say they update and they're going to do something with that profile bar up top, which we've talked about God knows how long ago, taking up all that real estate and making our cards smaller and cramped up, and that window's so narrow and stuff. Give us some room to look at our stuff and enjoy that again.
It's one of those deals where it's like, it says our name at the top. I know who I am. I don't need to be reminded that I'm me.
Right. It's crazy. And I mean, that just derailed. I'm sorry, I just got off on a tangent in the middle of all that and stuff. But I mean,
it was going that way anyway.
We were going to get there sooner or later. I mean, it's just baffling to me that we have people that are running the app that we've loved for all these years that literally don't understand how this economy works and how it can work and how it can not only work for them to make money, but for us to want to spend money. Christel and I have gone from a situation of spending like money where we're like, man, what the fuck are we doing kind of money before the changeover, to spending almost nothing in the app. Like compared to what we were spending in, what was it, maybe September, October?
Before the app change.
Before the app change, we were dumping tons of dough on stuff on a weekly basis. And happily doing it. We'd question our choices sometimes, but we were having a good time, and we didn't feel bad about what we were spending. Now it's just like, just look at everything like, I'm not buying that. Nope. I'm not buying that. I can get it cheaper from the farmer, and I don't need that rare variant. I can get this other card that looks just as good for $3 from my friendly farmer over here. I'd rather give him the money.
Yeah, I'm same boat. My spending, it wasn't that high to begin with, but it's gone down significantly from where I was at.
Yep. So let's talk about a set where I did spend some money this week. Technogalactic. What a rewarding situation to try to do that. To try to do all the variants on this on wave 3 again. Purple. You're not going to go to eBay and get those to the farmers. You can get all the other colors for almost nothing, as Matt has told us, $3. But if you're going to do purple, you're going to pony up and buy some crystals. You're going to buy the introductory bundle, and you're off to the races. 19 of these fucking cards to put together. And then in the middle of it, you discover that they stuck the reds in the purple and the purple in the red. So they're flipped in the card sheet in the wrong tiers.
But not all, just some.
All of them. Oh,
so
all wave 3 was in the wrong slot. So if you went to go look at the checklist for purple, I'm trying to finish my purple set. What do I got here? And you look at it and they're all red. And you go to the red and they're all purple and they're flipped on the sheet as well. In terms of the rarity tiers that they were supposed to be at. They have fixed that since then, but it was really frustrating at the time.
Did they?
They did. I just looked at it a minute ago.
I didn't even pay attention.
They fixed that.
I cared.
Yeah, I was trying. Crystal always, open some crystal packs, and I get, usually she, lets me have her purples because she's not going to try to do them. So I'm like, hey, can I get your purple? She goes, are they purple? Or are they red? Because according to the checklist, I was like, come on, don't take this out on me. Tops are the one that fucked this up. So I did that again. So I've done all 3 waves of those in all the colors, and I watch them just say there's going to be an overall award after like 4 or 5 fucking waves of these goddamn things go, and get ready for the overall award, and a bunch of people are going to go record skip what Technogalactic, Dead Ray. The overall award.
When they announce it, it's just going to be another rehashed base card.
Yeah, I know, but there's no base card for Dead Ray.
Yeah, I know.
Hoarding Dead Ray.
Spoilers.
She gets killed. Then she gets brought back to life. It happens to everybody in the movie. So don't worry. Everybody gets killed and brought back to life at least once.
Not everybody.
He got killed twice. Kylo.
We're talking about him.
Oh, Hux.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a deleted scene. There's a deleted scene where a stormtrooper runs over.
Hux.
Stormtrooper runs over and starts pumping him chest. I need 3 units of ringers in your stat. And they fucking wheel him into a first order ER and they bring him back to life. It's great, but he's got
They take him over to Palpatine's tubes.
No, but then he's got brain damage. They bring him back. He's out. He's gone too long. He comes back. I hugs.
Oh, gosh.
My leg hurt. It's great.
Oh.
Yeah, deleted scenes. Look forward to it. Coming soon on Blu-ray. So that'll be great. So yeah. So they did fix that, and I've finished the wave of Technogalactics. I don't know. It's some strange card choices in those, and we have that that thing we were talking about, the bottlenecks, on a fairly routine basis. On that, seems to be 1 or 2 cards that everybody's scrambling for no good reason, just absolutely no good reason.
Yeah, and I get so many of those blues thrown at me for the most terrible blue Technogalactics thrown at me for like vintage S1s and stuff right now. It's like, I don't have the best vintage S1. I only have a few of them at this point because I've traded them away for other things over time. And I, like, someone's trying to take my ominous Vader one, and they're like, here's like 7 blue Technogalactic S1s. It's like Ord Essence and whatever.
Yeah,
like,
that guy sucks.
Clone Wars characters that look like they have half a head and stuff. I'm like, what is this shit?
Shoot bubblegum guy riding a ostrich.
Oh, it's so terrible. And I'm just like, no. Block.
Dark NATO's still at it. He just sent me a trade. He's still, he has, I think somebody said he had like 18 of the 23 or something like that on his ROS.
Jesus.
He's crazy, man. I'm serious. If he pulls that down, we're going to storm the fucking headquarters and get that guy the award for the the monument for the award on that.
It reminds me of, when was it? Series 4, when they brought back monuments, and the crew at the time didn't have a clue, and they're like, can you collect them all? Or whatever. And the monuments are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis? Yeah. What's your favorite monument?
But he's pulling it off on the ROS, so.
It's looking like he might, yeah. He's still going at it. He just sent me a trade a second ago. So you go, Dark NATO. Seriously.
Can anyone collect them all?
We'll fight to the burger. That guy could.
300 of these.
Well, there's only 23 of the ROS, I think. So
yeah.
He could do it. That guy's crazy. Don't make it. Don't dare him not to. He'll do it.
Oh man. So, kind of moving along. After Technogalactic, there's a set that most of us can't collect. We'll just call it the noob set. The new, what was it, Legends or whatever they're calling it?
It's Card Trader Classic, and this one is for Empire Strikes Back. They did this for, there was a New Hope set, went right after the changeover, and they never announced anything on that. There was never an announcement.
Only like 1,500 count or something.
Yeah,
like
they came in pretty low, and it was only for new players after the new build. If you were legacy player, I guess we'll call ourselves, you couldn't even get access to those packs, and so you'd see those in people's stack. You're like, what the hell is that thing? I guess we thought, that takes place of the Legends cards that we had for the longest time.
Nope.
But it's kind of a different deal in that they're only available to these folks that signed up after a certain date. Now this new one, some of the people that got the A New Hope set, they're pissed off because they can't get the Empire Strikes Back one. So they've got this rolling blackout set, I guess we can call it, where there's a new group of people pissed off every few months that they can't get these cards. But
in the transmission for it, it says, here's a great chance to trade with some veteran players. And what's the best way to trade with veteran players?
Have comments in the goddamn transmission. Comments. Yeah, that was stupid as hell. I mean, they knew that people were going to bitch about it. Yeah, that's going to happen. But how the fuck are these new players supposed to do any trading? Because there would be actively people like myself and older players who would like to run down those sets that have old stuff. The stuff that they're saying you could get some cool old stuff for. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that when there's no comments in the transmission? Unbelievable.
You just have to hope they see something in the feed that tops out every 5 minutes?
It's ridiculous.
So stupid.
Absolutely ridiculous. That was really ham-handed dumb. I don't have anything against them giving something to new players to give them an advantage. But at least let them have a place to communicate, hey, I have some of these, and I can pull more. I'm looking for trades. And, maybe they could get going that way. But,
And then they can post looking for reflections.
And it was just because they didn't want people to come in there and bitch about it. That's the only reason. People are going to bitch. They're going to find a place to bitch. Hi, that's why we have Reddit. Hi, that's why I have a podcast. So I could have a place to bitch every week about something you've done wrong.
I wonder how many people created an alt just to get this stupid set.
I'm sure more than a few. And like I said, the farmers have caught on to this now. And I was able to get, a set of these things for like $3.
Yeah.
It's no big. Farmers can fire up new accounts and get it done and get them out there for a few bucks. So, folks, if you're dying and, wish you could have got them, instead of buying crystals like the new folks would probably have to do to get these dumb things, hey, spend some money with your farmers.
Yep. Or send reflections, I guess. I don't know.
Most of them don't even... Sorry, the count's really high on this.
Yeah. The best thing, I forget who posted in our group, but they turned down a trade for something like really good that was in rares for something that was newer but super rares. And they're like, sorry, that's going to affect my collection score too.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's kind of like, you guys,
my collection scores are going to go down by like 5 points if I make this trade.
Well, and here's another tangent. I mean, these new players, please, if you're listening right now, stop playing Topps' game, because Topps is going to produce the product. They're going to have transmissions. They're going to have the infrastructure, bad as it is, for you to trade on. But sooner or later, you're going to actually have to deal with a person who's been around and understands this better than any of the people that are developing this app right now. Somebody was in Reddit looking for a blue Wampa insert from 2015, saying it's a base one. Well, that's because in the info,
base card.
Yeah, because it says in the info on the thing base one, and that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Yeah. Somebody coded it wrong, and that's a it's not a super expensive card, but it's got to be at least a $5-6 card every day of the week. You're not going to get that for any other base card. It's not going to work like that, bro. And you're playing Topps' game, which is misguided. Sooner or later, you have to deal with the people that actually have stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We're just in an absolutely upside down world in this app right now. It just gets worse every day.
Yeah. But one thing we saw this week, the return of base variants. We were just saying, where have the base variants been?
Base Chase is kind of fun. I didn't worry about Hyperspace. What's the award for those? It's got to be Ray or something, right?
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda. Okay, yeah. Well, there you go. He'll probably be the go-to for all the awards because he didn't have a base award in the original thing. So
right. So he's the 101st. I assume it's he. Is the 101st card in the base set that wasn't an award. So to collect 100, get Baby Yoda because they haven't come up with any other base cards to give out as an award yet, I guess.
Hyperspace are only 50 count, is that right?
50 count. Yeah. Most of those are already sold out.
Yeah, and then the space is just kind of whatever sells. And we've been talking about how are they going to do the color pops for variants. The space were kind of weird because it's kind of brown up at the top and then kind of dark blue space under. If we saw the whole image, I'm sure it'd be a beautiful staggering image like from the Hubble telescope or something, but through those little holes it didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, it looks kind of like someone smeared poop in the top of the card.
Oh, that was just rude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
Ugh.
give them the background to work with instead of the four corners. If you would have put that, kind of gradient brown to purple image behind each character, that probably would have played out a lot better than a game of four corners.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right there. That probably would have looked pretty nice. And then I don't know what.
Same with the hyperspace.
Yeah,
treat each panel and the background behind the character like each a separate pane of a window, and use it all.
Yeah, I don't know why they ran away from that look of the S3s. We've talked about how we thought they'd kind of go that way with the background pops and stuff, and they didn't go there this time. So I'm not sure what they have planned, if they're going to try that or not. Because every single one of these new characters is a cutout on a black field.
Yeah.
Very easy to drop something in that background, I think. So I'm not sure why they didn't do that and make a better looking card that way.
Yeah, and I think they've shown over time that their best looking base variants are ones where they're not afraid to push the boundaries of the frame itself.
Mm-hmm.
Look at mystery variants. Look at the lightning variant from Series 5, where that kind of goes away from the here's a border, here's a border, here's a border. Each one has to be a separate color.
Yeah, they
you just kind of
threw it
integrate
all
the
on
lines
there.
into it. Yeah, and not only that, but then you've got like the cloth cards from Series 3. Those look great. It's like we aren't afraid to kind of do something different in the backdrop here.
It's funny we say that now, but in retrospect, because back then we were just like, oh man, fuck this. We were so pissed off at just like, when the red cloth came out that looked just like a red, and stuff like that. We weren't happy back then, but looking back now, they were some of the nicest space variant designs we've seen in the app.
I always preferred the cloth over the gradient that they did, and the laser burst. The laser burst looked okay on some, but if the character was too large, you couldn't see it.
Right. Yeah, it didn't show.
Yeah. So I always much preferred the cloth because
it was a fun. It was a pretty easy little base chase. I had some coins, and I just threw a bunch of coins at packs, and
sure,
just kind of slapped there. And once you pull the Ray, you're pretty much okay. I can do this. Ray and the Leia, I seem to be the two toughest ones because nobody ever wants to trade those. But I pulled those in packs, and then I was just kind of off and running in a matter of getting up to numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah, and to a lesser extent, the Jinn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, that what I did like about that mechanic is you got the ability to get the 6-pack kind of big pack. Mm-hmm. And in each of those individual packs, there's a 1 in 10 shot of getting an extra space variant. So in a lot of those packs, you'd pull really 7 variants or more for the price of what was 5 individual packs.
Right.
So good value there.
Yeah, they did. They gave you a little reason to, get the big boy pack on that, even though it's just coins. At $12.5, I think was what they were charging for it. Yeah. So it wasn't super expensive. Yeah. It was fine. I had a bunch of coins, so I did that one. I did a crystal pack, and I got a Porg. I got a hyperspace Porg. He's flying through hyperspace. He's scared. He doesn't like it.
Yeah. And what I also do like about these two is that they were giving out a good amount of base cards. I think each pack came with 10 cards in it. So finally an opportunity to get enough built up for Hoard trading of whites, primarily white base cards. Because in recent packs, when they offer cheap packs, you're getting 2 or 3 cards per pack. And that's not enough to sustain yourself with a Hoard. But here I did a bunch of extra packs, really just for cheap base. So I have tons of space variants if anyone needs them.
So there you go. It's AC the Destroyer. Come and get them, folks.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know, Christel, this was probably your favorite set, Doodles.
Ugh.
Yeah. So stupid.
I accidentally got some, and then I was like, what did I do?
What did I just open?
What did I open this for? Why? What are you doing? Creeping?
Yeah, I was creeping on your phone, see what you're looking at.
Yeah, I did the low variant of these, and I did the daily because I had to open up packs for missions, so I just bought packs for the dailies and ended up getting like 2 or 3 in each of those big packs each day. So I made a set for me and then sent a set to my wife, and she liked them.
That set didn't do nothing for me. I was just kind of like, no. I remember, what was this, sketchbook
Yeah.
Was that the set from way back in the day?
That and the daily ones that were more of an ensemble kind of collage reminded me of those old pictogram ones.
Yes, the pictograms. Yeah, I mean, because there was a running joke that Mrs. Johnson's second grade class is super proud to present this. You know, there's a place for cute. I don't. It's not something I'm super after.
Yeah, I mean, it's got its fans, and eventually those will be ones that get thrown into every single trade you ever see as a kicker for some reason. It's like, oh, I got this low count doodle, and you're like, okay. I don't really want
you were going to say
doodle.
It has its fans, but eventually they'll go through puberty and their bodies will begin to change.
Their balls will drop and their voices will get deep, and then
yes.
No one will want them.
Yes. They'll go through an awkward stage. Start working at Tops.
Oh, man. We also had Mandalorian Concepts, Chapter 3. These went from like 2 weeks apart for the first chapter, and Chapter 2 and 3 are now 1 weeks.
It's okay.
So,
those are great looking cards. We were new and we're hoping that those would turn into cards when we watch the show. So happy to see those. Yeah, they're great looking cards. I just do them in blue. I did this set in red because for whatever reason the reds were just falling out of packs for me on that one. And so I had pretty close to enough between what I pulled and Crystal pulled a couple too. And so I was able to trade in a couple and then dupes for needs, and boom, I did it in red too. So yay me.
Yeah.
It was. I was excited to have something to do. Honestly, I was just excited to have something to do this week in the app.
Yeah, I traded into the blues thanks to the wonderful Lemmy Mercer. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, it's always looking for 9 Zori Bliss, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
So thank you very much for that. That was my credit bundle, or my credit reserve thanks you.
Yeah, I did pull 1 gold this time, and I just kind of kept flipping it around, just kind of doing a swap here and maybe picking up an extra red along the way for people that are trying to finish gold, and was able to get my numbers to where I needed to be on red to finish that by just flipping that gold around. So that was kind of handy.
I know we've said it before, but all the variants in this set look great. Yeah,
they look. It's gorgeous art. Great product. Yay, you win on that one, Tops. Good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you want to roll into final thoughts?
Okay. Let's go. Do it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll start this week. I'll take you guys into stories.
I've talked way too much this week. Everyone's like, "Shut up, Greg."
Oh man! So my final thought this week is we're going to see marathons soon.
Yeah,
we are. We know that to be the case. That word on the street is that they're trying to, figure out what's the best course of action for marathons, or should I say weekly sets, since marathon branding is gone. It's just done.
Well, I'll get to bring back that sweet song.
Yeah.
I'll be keeping it weekly, baby.
So one of the things I want to say is that you're thinking variants right now, Tops. You've over-varianted everything lately.
Yeah.
Marathons do not need to necessarily have variants. And if you do end up doing variants on a marathon, pick 1 or 2 only to do that with. No more.
Yeah.
The best part about a marathon without a variant is that it allows the free-to-play and the occasional spender to trade with the big spenders. It's very democratic in that way, in which it builds community, it builds trading partners, it builds relationships. These are the types of sets where you need everyone to play in the same pond. So don't mess this up. It's fine if you want to kind of price them.
Play in the same pond.
I don't want to play in a pond.
I don't want to play in the
fine,
same
a lake, a bigger body of water, whatever, or a playground. I don't care. Find your own damn analogy.
Yeah.
Get an infection.
So, keep it simple with the marathons, and don't over-variant them. And if I may say so, if you bring back Fans' Choice, don't do another fucking tournament. That shit was terrible.
Ugh.
I don't think anyone goes, yeah, that's the greatest thing ever. Let's do another tournament. I can figure out.
I don't know, maybe
if,
like
OD
3 people on
Mandrill's gonna win
Discord
overall.
told them they liked it.
Yeah, that's all they need.
Yeah.
So bring back. I'd love to see the Series 1 Fans' Choice mechanic come back, where it's like you vote on it, and it's 1,000 credits, and you got like a 1 in 5 or a 1 in 10 chance to get it. If it's something that someone hoards, you can hoard the shit out of it. Right. Or you can trade into it, trade back and forth. Make it something simple, but don't make it free. When it's just free for Fans' Choice, it just becomes I guess I'll just open this pack today. There's no fun to that. No,
I think they went to the voting thing to try to do a free version that people would care about. But people just didn't really care about, unless it was their hoard, like you say. Yeah. It's like, come on, man, fucking Captain Kennedy needs this.
But you know what? Who are you going to say that to? Because it's the first thing everyone does is vote and then looks at the feed, or doesn't look at the feed at all, and then they're untradeable until after the whole thing was over.
Some of them are still untradeable. I think some of those last ones are still untradeable.
Yeah. And say you pick the wrong one the first 4 weeks, well, you got no chance of getting the special award at all. And it's no fun. It's no fun. It was a nice effort to try something different. It didn't work. Don't go back to it.
I hesitate to say this, but it would be neat to see Top's Choice come back as a monument. I mean, as a marathon.
I love Top's Choice.
Top's Choice were pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know what these guys would choose. I don't know what they even watched the Star Wars yet.
Yeah, not all of them for sure.
I don't know. Doesn't feel like they know what's up. I'm staggered, honestly. I just can't.
They app so badly. It's amazing. It's just amazing how do you get a job like that? How does somebody get a job where you are so inept and incompetent?
Your relative works there.
Is that what it is? Because they had to have been raking in the profit, a year ago.
Well, the guy's trying to say like this wasn't successful somehow, and how is what they're doing now more? Is that more successful?
How is this more? I liked it when it was like you knew when marathons were going to drop, so you knew you had to be somewhere with your phone at 10 o'clock on Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you were not going to get that vintage.
Yeah, you had to fight for the kit.
And it was a big freaking deal to pull.
The kit guys.
And that was peak.
Those were the days. That's for sure.
It was event. It was an event when cards would drop. There is no such thing now. There is nothing.
The thing that depresses me is that it's clear. I think it's clear from the comments and the things that I see, like on Reddit from folks like Curside, which is his name, Mark.
Mark, yeah.
That they want to do well, and it baffles me that they haven't looked at the history of the app to understand when it did well and what it was that they were doing at that time that worked, and what were the best practices, not only in that app but in the other apps through their lifespans, where they were able to capitalize on something and make that a money maker for them. And it seems like they've come in completely fresh. They have no idea what's happened before. They're just trying to do their thing now and not understanding why it's not working. And I just don't think you can do that. It's completely an established deal, and collectors haven't changed. Our mentalities are the same as they've always been. These new folks, their brains work exactly the same way ours always has. And there's certain risks and rewards and bells that are rung and boxes that are checked that made us happy to spend, and made a lot of people happy to spend at times in the life of these apps. And it's just baffling to me that they would come in and not have any idea of how any of this stuff worked before and try to just do some of that.
Yeah, it's true. And, one of the things that I saw along the way, I don't remember where exactly, but it was him saying, the history is hard for him to come by. I'm like,
How?
ask. I mean, it's like, ask someone in Reddit. There's all these, written, quote unquote, oral histories.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you could just go back and sort old to new on the Reddit group and just read through the thing.
Yeah.
You can go
Or,
day to day, week to week, hour to, through the entire history of the app.
listen to the holocron from us. Listen to, old episodes, that we have. Listen to other podcasts' old episodes.
And it's,
get some history from that.
I'm not saying repeat everything. Just do it all over again. Just don't do, vintage wave 4 or whatever like that. But there's things that have been done that were successful. And we spoke recently to a developer from the earliest days of the absolute beginning of Star Wars Card Trader, who was previously in, was it Bunt and then Huddle?
Yeah.
And then was one of the founders, literally the founders of the game design for Star Wars Card Trader. And that he knew psychological stuff about how collectors work and harnessed that knowledge into different mechanics. And there were so many just basic things when he's telling us, like, yeah, we know that one. Yeah, I could tell you 5 sets that use that exact thing that you're talking about. It was crazy. This is not rocket science. It's not secret knowledge. People are very easy to figure out on certain basic levels for stuff like this. It's not secret information, You don't have to remake the wheel. People are really easy to predict in terms of this stuff.
And it's not always about seeing what worked, but you definitely will be able to find out what didn't work.
Yeah, where was the pushback?
And that seems to be the key. It's like, yeah, these things were good. They could have been better. Here's one that really just fell flat with everyone. Mm-hmm. Don't do that one again. Don't do that one.
Well, and it goes back to a philosophy of building a population of players and, and an ecosystem of players from bottom to top. And we've seen examples in the history of the app where just so many basic things. The one white Zuckus is the one example of the equalization of how to do trading. Just from the lowest, dirtiest, worthless card up to the highest high and beyond is possible if you use your brain and if you understand those same triggers and those same handles that you can pull on another collector to get a little leg up and a little leg up and a little leg up and a little leg up. Mm-hmm. It's very easy. It's very super simple to figure out.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science, So it's baffling to me that they didn't do any of that before. They're just starting now. It feels like.
And it's been months in.
And when we talk about it, things that are existing concurrently to what's going on in Star Wars right now and what's happening in Huddle. How are you not walking down the hall and talking to those guys and going, "What are you guys doing? How much are you making?" They're not, they're not us. They'll share that information with you. You're in the company. Go down the hall and talk to Huddle and see, what are you guys doing during the season that makes you so much money? We were talking the other day about one count cards. And, they're like, they want to move away from this limited edition stuff and all this stuff. Look at Huddle, man. They're putting out hundreds of one count cards every season. I can't tell you how many one count cards. And those guys over there are paying hand over fist for a shot at them every week. Yep. Go talk to those other people and learn how they run their ecosystem.
Even the 54321s in Star Wars, you got to have sales figures on how many people bought the $200 crystal pack that gave you like the guaranteed X 10 of them or something guaranteed. That alone tells you that it's kind of popular.
Well, and that's another place where you can actually look at. They should be able to access the data on how many of those cars got pulled in packs like that. How many got pulled in the cheaper pack, the middle range? How many got pulled on chance packs? And there's your entire ecosystem of players right there. From the guy that will just spend $1 for a shot to a guy who'll spend $10 for a chance to a guy who's going for the guarantee for big money. There's a freaking cross-section of players right there that you can look at.
Yep. Totally.
And see where you put your priorities. It's crazy.
Doodles.
I'm just
putting my priorities in doodles.
there you go. Hang all our hopes on doodles. It's crazy. I mean, it's got to get. I've never seen it as bad as it is right now. We've been doing this thing for over a year now, and never seen anything like this. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, I mean, almost 2. We're almost at episode 100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and these haven't been exactly 1 week, but we're almost at 2 years of this stuff, and it's at its low. Really is.
I hope it's as low. I don't know how low it can go. Honestly, I mean, a few weeks ago we probably would have said this is as bad as it can get, and it's worse.
Yeah. Go back to the card sheet episode. We thought it was done. Who knew they had shovels and could keep digging?
Yeah, it's not good. That's not good.
Yeah. So that was mine. Oh, how about you guys? Tell us about Disney.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about something fun for
I
a
want to hear
second.
about something good.
So Rise of the Resistance is cool as shit, y'all. It's really quite a thing, and it's a big experience. It goes on. Anybody that's really into it probably knows the thing goes on for it's about 15-20 minutes. And there are places in it where it's just absolutely jaw-dropping. You start out and you kind of walk through the cavernous recesses of this rebel base, and that's your line basically. It's going to be a dream in the summertime because it's all underground and cool and air conditioning everywhere. It's going to be really nice in the summertime to stand in this line when they finally actually just have regular lines. And then you get in and they say, "Oh, thanks for joining the rebellion. We got a ship that's waiting. It's going to take you to our base." And just a few minutes to get on board. So you go out. They have you in a little holding area where they tell you all this, and BB-8's there. And then Rey comes on, this fantastic full-size hologram. It looks amazing. I mean, and it's Rey. It's the real Rey. And she's like, thanks for joining the rebellion. We've got a ship waiting for you. Captain Locke's going to take you to the base, and we'll see you soon. And so you go in, and you go outside. You go outside, and there's a ship. And there's Poe's X-Wing off to one side, and there's this big, transport. And you go and you get on it, and the door closes, and then it takes off. And so from the front, you see this Admiral Akbar type guy in the front, and he's talking to you. And Nee Newman's the pilot. Not sure how he's still alive. Spoiler warning. But he's up there piloting.
Before.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're flying the ship, and you can see through the front window everything as the ship takes off. And then there's a window in the back. We were in the back of the ship this time, and you can see out the window of the back the X-Wings following behind you. And then you go out into space, and some TIE fighters come and attack you, and they're fighting off the TIE fighters, but there's too many, and then all of a sudden there's 2 Star Destroyers, one on either side of you, and you're kind of stuck, and they got you with a tractor beam. Poe takes off. See you guys. I'll send help. Don't worry. We'll get you out of there. And the transport shakes and stutters and everything. And then the door opens up, and a first order officer comes in and goes, "You rebel scum, I'm coming with me, and I'm going to take you and interrogate you and all this stuff." So you come out of the ship, and now you're on the Star Destroyer. And you come out into this fucking docking bay that is absolutely enormous. I mean, and it's got these huge full-length windows. And you can see all the ships flying around outside and TIE fighters going by. And there's 50 stormtroopers standing there looking at you. And a TIE fighter hanging up on the wall and everything. I mean, it's absolutely huge. It's one of the biggest things you've ever seen in any of the things in Disney. It's amazing. So then they go, okay, and of course they give you a couple minutes, because it's kind of a holding area until you move to the next thing. And so when they're ready to take you out, they go, and of course everyone's taking pictures. We're all selfieing in front of, stormtroopers and stuff. And they're like, well, when you're tired of documenting your capture, come this way. And then, they assign you these little color slots, and they put you into a cell. And then Hux comes out. Crystal fucking lost her mind because Hux comes walking out. He's sneering down at you. Oh, we're going to extract all kinds of information. And Kylo Ren comes out and he's saying mean stuff to you. And then Hux says we have to go to the bridge for some reason. And they leave you for a second. And as soon as they leave, all of a sudden there's a big laser light that appears on the wall where it looks like somebody's cutting through with a, the torch or whatever. And the hatch opens up and they say, come on, we're resistance, we're here to rescue you, get out of here quick. And they put you in these little transports and they have reprogrammed the droids to carry you out of there. And Finn comes on and tells you, we're going to get you out. I got an infiltration team on the ship and we're going to get you out. Watch the schematic. And they show you a big schematic where you're going to go and all this stuff. So these little things take off, these little cars. And they're freewheeling. They just move all over the floor, all through all these different obstacles and stuff. And then they go up an elevator and then they go back down another hallway. And Kylo Ren's after you the whole time. He keeps showing up and seeing you.
Yeah.
And at one point, he sticks his lightsaber down through the ceiling, and like the red hot blade of the lightsaber comes down through the ceiling and then slices this arc right out of the ceiling in front of you. I don't even know how the hell they did that. It was amazing. And then they finally get escape. They reprogram the escape pods, and the little transports that you're on. They wheel through all these hallways, and there's all kinds of shit. There's stormtroopers shooting at you, and you see like the little blaster bolts flying by, and sparks going up, and then battle damage on the wall that like project on there somehow. It's crazy, and it all moves really fast. But it goes on for a long time. And then finally the little transports go and they get onto the escape pod and you can feel it like lock into place. And now it's like Star Tours where the thing is pitching around and stuff. When they launch you out of the ship, the thing it must have dropped like 30 feet or something. You feel it in your gut when it drops. And you see on the screen, it adds to that illusion. And it's like, whoa! Everyone like, whoa! And then you go and you fly down through the space battle and you crash and then you get out and boom, you're back outside again at Batuu. It's wild, man. It's really something.
That's awesome. I can't wait.
It. But we were really lucky. We got there, we left at like 4:30 in the morning to get there in time before the park opened. And then we got in position and we're waiting. Everybody is in the place is there for the same thing. They all want to get on this ride. They've all got their smartphone out and they're waiting for 8 o'clock sharp to go in there and get their boarding party, try to see where they're going to get. And so when it went live, me and her are both going at it. And I was the one that got in first and I got us and we were in like group 20. And group 20 went off at like 9:30 in the morning. It was amazing. So that we got to go so early.
Were you informing them of our brilliant plan?
Yeah. Oh, tell them your part of the brilliant plan.
So my part of the plan was to stream Naruto on the Disney Wi-Fi to take up all the bandwidth while they were using the LTE.
We turned the Wi-Fi off, and then we were using our phone data, and so we had her hogging up data, streaming high definition video on her phone to use up all the bandwidth on the Wi-Fi. So fuck everybody else. Just literally like elbowing people out of the way of signal so that we could get in first, and it worked. It worked great. So bring a nasty little kid with a cell phone.
Wants to stream anime.
Yeah.
I mean that's what you do as the Rebel spy.
Yes. So it was great. So it worked out perfect, and we got to go on early. We were like, if we have to stay late, what are we gonna do? Driving home in the dark and stuff. We were out. We left at 12:30. I went home.
There you go.
Great.
There you go. That's awesome. I can't wait to do that eventually.
We can't wait to do it again. And then after we got home,
before I do it the first time.
Then and icing on the cake after we got home. Tell them what happened.
Which thing?
The phone call.
Oh, yeah. We get home and Disney calls and they're like, oh, yeah, we want to see if you'd be okay with the complimentary upgrade for your stay in March. If we want to move you from the Caribbean to the yacht club. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Yeah.
Yes.
And since there is a difference in the parking, we're going to give you a credit, on your account, so to cover the difference of the parking. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's just like a straight free upgrade, like for why? I don't know, but
It's like, do you want to sit in first class or you want to stay in coach?
they did that to us once before. We were going to stay.
We were
staying
at
at the beach club. Yeah, we were staying at the beach club, which is not cheap, but we were like, we're going to do this upright.
It was for Zoe's birthday.
Yeah, for Zoe's birthday, and so that was. And then when we got there, it said it wouldn't give us a room number on the app or whatever, and so then we found out that we had an upgrade or something had changed. So when we get up to the thing, they say, "Oh, you're on the club level now," and basically they gave us a suite. And it was a monstrous. This suite was enormous. It was like the size of like three hotel rooms. It was crazy. It was nuts.
Nice.
So that was a nice upgrade. But this is a nice one too. This is a good one.
Yeah. Which we were purposefully going to be at the Caribbean to use the little Skyliner thing to just Skyliner to Hollywood, but Yacht Club, it's like, oh, okay, we could Skyliner or take the boat, or we could just walk to Hollywood.
Yeah, that's right. It's literally like a 5-10 minute walk from the hotel right to Hollywood.
Awesome.
So looking forward to that.
I'm excited for your upgrade.
Yes, so we're still
stumble back from the cantina.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, is that the night we have the cantina reservation too? Oh, baby. Oh, yeah.
Oh man. It's all.
I'm going to cut somebody's arm off.
All right. Well, that sounds like a good place to wrap it up for this week. Be sure to follow us at Twitter on at Hoardcast, and then be sure to subscribe and leave us a rating on Stitcher, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Hoardcast@gmail.com. And if you'd like to be part of the show, send us a voicemail, 904-628-1138. That's 904-628-1138. And for AC the Destroyer, Padme 1138, and Ted Salas, see you next time.
Did nobody send us Babu Fricks?
No, they're not doing it. Everyone else,
man.
It's okay. We find them out in nature.
That's right. We saw him at Hollywood, Babu Frickin'.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey! Arrivederci!
Menchu!
We are Legion.
We are all.
We are one.
We are
Watching.
You're watching.
Or Illuminati.